Hello, Adams. It's Miss K, and this is Unit 3, Lesson 6. So here's your vocab for this lesson. Not many today. First word is desperate, and it's an adjective, and that means hopeless. A line break is a noun, and that is the place where a line ends. And then tone is a noun. This is the attitude of a piece of writing, expressed through the style of writing and the words the author uses. So based on the words they're using, we get a certain type of tone. So is their attitude positive? Are they negative? Are they angry? So the way that they write will tell us how they're feeling about that topic. All right, so we're going to read a poem from Why We Play Basketball. So this isn't the whole poem, it's just a section of it. And this is by Sherman Alexie. So again, we have our lines, and then we have each stanza. So this is a stanza, this is a second stanza. All right. From Why We Play Basketball by Sherman Alexie. It is just a game, we are told, by those who cannot play it unless it is play. For us, it is war, often desperate and without reason. We throw our body against another body. We learn to hate each other, hate the ball, hate the hoop, hate the fallen snow, hate our clumsy hands, hate our thirsty mouths when we drink from the fountain. We hate our fathers. We hate our mothers. We hate the face in our mirror. We play basketball because we want to separate love from hate, and because we know how to keep score. All right, I love that poem. Again, remember with poetry, you got to listen to it more than once. So rewind me, listen to me again if you need to, so that you can understand the whole concept of the poem. Number 1 asks, what does the word from before the poem's title mean? So when it says from Why We Play Basketball, what does that mean? Number 2, why do poets use repetition? So why would a poet want to repeat words over and over and over again? What does that do for the poem? And then tell me, what were the words in this poem that were repeated over and over again? So go back in the poem, look through and see what words are said over and over and over. Number 3, list 3 body parts the speaker talks about. Number 5, list 3 people the speaker talks about. List 3 objects the speaker talks about. Number 7 says, in the first stanza. So we're talking about right here, this first stanza. The speaker says, some people think basketball is just a game, but for the speaker and his friends, it is something else. What word does he use to describe what basketball is for them? Number 8, in the final stanza of the poem, so the very last stanza, Alexie names 2 reasons why the boys play basketball. What are those 2 reasons? And number 9, what is the literal meaning of keeping score in a basketball game? So what does it literally mean to keep score? Okay, and this is your skills lesson. So here's the poem again if you need to refer to it. The directions say reread the poem and pay attention to everything the speaker says the basketball players hate. Write each item the players hate under the correct category. So you're going to list all the parts of the body they say they hate, all the people they say they hate, and all the objects or things that they hate. Number 4, what is the literal definition of war? Number 5, based on this answer, what is a possible figurative meaning of calling a basketball game war? So remember, a literal meaning is if you look the word up in the dictionary, that is what it means. Figurative can be a little bit different. When we use figurative language, we don't mean literally what the word means. So I don't want to know what a war really means. I want to know, what do they mean in this poem when they say war? Do they mean that you're actually having a war? Or what do they mean? Why would a basketball game be like war? And then number 6, You're going to write your own memory poem. So you're going to use some repetition. So think of a word that you want to repeat over and over again to emphasize. And I would also like you to include a simile or a metaphor. So you're comparing two things. A simile uses like or as. So I was tall as a giraffe. That would be a simile. A metaphor would just compare it without using like or as. So I am a giraffe would be a metaphor. So any type of memory poem, it's totally up to you what you want to write about. You just need to make sure that you're using some kind of repetition and you're giving me a simile or a metaphor. If you need help, make sure you get on Zoom so we can write that poem with you or help you with any of the vocab words that we talked about. All right, I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope you enjoyed this poem, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Adams.